It's the Hellaware Assassin, and on today's show, I've got the one and only Jeff Cannonball from Combat Zone Wrestling is in the house, man. Thanks for coming by, man. I deeply appreciate it. I was just sitting here talking to him about, about this business, and and how long he's been in the business, and I just wanted to do a little short interview with him right quick before he takes off and heads back to New Jersey. So, Jeff, when did you take an interest in doing deathmatch wrestling?
Doing deathmatch wrestling, I got into them when I was in middle school, probably 8th grade, I'd say. And me and my buddies found, Mankind. Then that guy goes back, you hear about King of the Death 95, and then start looking up other Japanese stuff. I fell in love with Mr. Pogo right from the bat. He was my favorite guy. So I've wanted to be a wrestler forever.
Right.
Got into deathmatch. I was like, fuck that, I want to do that too. And then once I started wrestling, I was like, let me get a good wrestling base underneath me, and then after that, I'll start dipping my toe into the deathmatch, see if I can hang with it. And so I started in 2010. I did my first deathmatch 2013, and I love it.
Right on, man. Same here. I was just telling him that. I took a dip and dab. I started going in 1993 to ECW shows in Philadelphia when I found out that there was this company called Eastern Championship Wrestling running at in Philadelphia, this Viking Hall, this little bingo hall. So I started going, and I just happened to weasel my way in the back parking lot one day and bumped into Bill Alfonso and just kicked it with him, and we just started talking, and then of course he introduced me to everybody and got me in the locker room, and I'm sitting back there like Heyman's walking by, headsets on. I'm like, yo, that's Paul E. Dangerously, what I mean? Like, it's fucking Paul Heyman now. So, but yeah, so all right, so that's cool. Where did you get your training? Who trained you?
I started training with a dude named Corey Havoc up in Central Jersey. It's with a company called NWS, small company, kind of very carny company, to be honest. I started training with a dude named Corey Havoc and Nikki Oceans in Corvus Fear, and it wasn't the best way to train. It wasn't the most proper way to train. I'll be honest with you, but it's the same way Joey Janela came up. He's got to start there as well. Got a little bit older. I started going to other schools around New Jersey, and then that's when I started developing better, because before that I could do a match, but I could do a real simple match.
Yeah, simple.
You know what I mean?
You didn't get into it to become a Kurt Angle.
No,
or
exactly.
Those kind of guys. You like me. Right. Fell in love with Cactus Jack, Sabu, all them dudes, and was like, that's what I want to do, man. Right. I got to be in some steel cage matches. Got to do the deathmatch shit.
The show.
Yeah.
More than anything, I want to be part of the show, and so I started up there, got my footing there, kind of got the feet wet. And then after that, started going to schools. I started going to the C.Z.W school, doing everything I could. And that's basically it.
Now, the guys that are that work with you, I've been seeing your guys' stuff on Combat Zone's site.
Yeah.
Really put together well. I mean, whoever the editor is, whoever's doing all that is doing an excellent job. When did DJ come to you and say, hey, man, I would like to do this with you? Or when you first got into Combat Zone, who did you work your first match with C.Z.W?
Well, a lot of it, for me, started with Tremont. And I don't hide that at all, even though every once in a while we'll be feuding. But people know.
Did he kind of did you guys know that you would either feud or you would become maybe real good friends and tag team partners, or have a little clique in the company? Because right now it's like you're separate from Tremont and C.Z.W, right? It's you and
it's kind of me, Janela.
You, Janela, and the guy with the white contacts in the eye?
That's G-Raver. That's G-Raver. He's with Tremont.
So it's G-Raver, Tremont, and the dude with the curl and Stockade. Again, versus you,
me, Joey, and pretty much whoever else we
Yeah,
it's mainly there you go. It's mainly Joey and Matt's thing, and then we're all kind of side pieces to it.
Well, it looks good, man. I've been checking it out. I'm intrigued. I glue myself right to the screen, man. I mean, I'm still a fan at heart, man. You know what I mean, and a mark at heart. If it wasn't for the marks, we wouldn't be where we're at today.
We're all.
You know what I mean? We all love this shit, man. It's just totally amazing. TOD's coming up June the 10th, right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
And that's TOD 16 now. That's going to be in Townsend, Delaware. This man is going to be there. You definitely want to come check out. I'm going to be there spectating, supporting the boys, hanging out. You know what I mean? We're going to have a great time, man. So TOD's coming up, man. I've been looking at the information for TOD here, and it looks like it's is it you versus G-Raver?
Yeah, first round's me and G-Raver, and I'm psyched because every time me and him get in the ring, we kill
That's
each
a scary
other.
looking dude,
No,
man.
He's
great.
But every time, I've worked with him now 3 times, and every time it's some of my favorite matches. Like we wrestled each other at this company On Point, Matt's company, On Point, and it was our first time in a while, and like we had cinder blocks and carpet strips, and we just beat the fuck out of each other, and it's one of my favorite matches I've ever had to this day. Deathmatch.
It wouldn't happen to be the one where I seen you taking a power bomb onto the cinder blocks. Was that you getting dropped on cinder blocks?
That was him. I dropped him on.
You dropped. So I know it was one of you guys.
Half.
You guys were covered. I couldn't see who it was.
Right.
I was like, oh, I don't know who it is right here.
We beat the hell out of each other in that match.
Yeah,
that
was fucking
that's
sick.
Probably my favorite match I've ever had.
Oh, dude, that's sick.
So I'm excited to do it with him at TOD. It's on a bigger scale now. I don't know what we're using in that match yet.
You don't know what the steps
I'm
are.
sure it'll be cinder blocks. Me and him have a blast from cinder blocks.
Oh my God, what's wrong with you, man?
I don't know. It's stupid.
Is your head harder than the block?
No, fuck no.
I don't know, man. That block hurts.
You wanted that real quick.
Yeah, that's DJ. When I seen him take it right to the head from, I think it was Thumbtack Jack?
Yeah.
Ow! I was like, oh, and he had shit in his head when he got hit, man.
You see his vision do one of these.
Yeah,
you see his eyes.
Like, wow, insane. But yeah, I've seen some pretty sick shit. You definitely want to go check this out. TOD 16, Townsend, Delaware. June the 10th, man. I think bell time is probably 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Bell time 2 o'clock. You can get there at 9, 10 in the morning. You know, there's plenty of parking.
Will be people there.
Everybody's gonna be walking around. The cool thing I like about Combat Zones TOD is that that's a day where kayfabe is forgotten. You know, cats are just walking around, hanging out. Everybody's bullshit with each other. That's when you do it. But house shows, you stay the fuck in the locker room.
Right.
Could you stress to my viewers and fans out there how important kayfabe is, man, when you're at a big show? Like, if you, I mean, do you go walking around eating hot dogs and drinking soda amongst the fans before your match?
No, I try not to.
Stay in the back, right?
The way it was taught to me from Corey Havoc, actually, my original trainer, was if you go to a Broadway play, you don't see the actors hanging out.
Out the front row smoking a cigarette with the motherfucker.
Exactly. So, like, I know what we do. It's a far away from Broadway, but the same idea.
It's better than Broadway. I'm sorry, man.
Same idea is there. It's still a show. You want to believe that. Let's see. You want to believe that G Raver is actually this fucking lunatic from.
He is a fucking lunatic.
Yeah, that's true too.
I love him.
But he's a nice dude in real life. But like when you go to a show, you don't want to see. Oh, that's G Raver.
Is that the soft-hearted kind talking G Raver over there?
You want to see this maniac with the white eyes and the weird mask and the creepy voice stabbing people in the head.
Exactly. And we Schlack. Oh my God. I like this guy, man. I mean, let me tell you something. You got to be a ballsy motherfucker anyway to tattoo your face. I mean, I look at him and I think of East LA boys. I think of cats out in Los Angeles who's got LA on the neck and they got LA on the cheekbone and they got their parents' names and their kids' names on their foreheads.
Right.
And get a job working at any fucking department store, any car, any place in California. They don't discriminate on tattoos. This fucking dude is insane. You know what I mean? And for him, he's got like no regards for his body.
No.
He's got some good looking ink on him. And he acts like, you know what, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
We're gonna get cut the fuck up out here today. And he's fast paced.
Yeah, he is.
I like his moves,
he's a tank. With Schlack, it's what you see is what you get.
Sada and Schlack, that's gonna be the fucking match.
That's
probably gonna be the match of the fucking show there.
It's sad to say because I'm in the thing, but it's hard to argue with that.
Can't argue with that one, man. Let's see here. We got these are new guys. Connor Claxton. Now I've seen Connor Claxton a few times. He can get real nutty too. But what's up with Clint?
He's
Hargara?
Margera.
I can't read.
Yeah, it's small. Yeah. I can't
so it's like Bam's little brother, right?
That. He's actually from England.
Okay.
So they're flying him over for this. I've only seen a handful of matches, but I think he's gonna stand out real hard. He's fucking crazy.
So this is the Jimmy Havoc dude you were talking about, or is this somebody else?
No, that's somebody else. Corey Havoc.
I wonder what Danny feels about somebody else.
Everybody's
got the Havoc name.
It's all
now,
one big family.
Yeah, they ain't even got him on here. I'm surprised there ain't more
he's
pictures
doing
of work.
some non-tourney deal. I don't know if they announced it yet, but
I mean, I feel as though once you've won it, what else is there to prove?
And Danny's won it twice.
Yeah, he's won it twice. Tremont's probably going to get 2 times out of it if you guys are. You'll eventually.
He's doing
get
non-tournament. I would hope so.
You're going to get one, dude. Trust me. Stay in the limelight like you are right now, and continue to do what you do, bro.
Right.
And you're going to be just fine, man. And you'll always have a home with Delaware Championship Wrestling too if you ever want to come work. And we'll talk about that. I'll talk about that at a later date. I'll put it out there right now. I wouldn't mind having you book the shows, bro. You know, if you want to do something like that, you just let me know. I'll
be
put
happy
you
to come
there,
do what
let
I
you
can.
do that, man.
I'll
You know
help
what I
out.
mean? Take care of you. I'll put you on as like my top guy working money wise with you. You'll be the man, man. We'll take
I'll
care
do
of
whatever you need.
Got you, man. And this is my boy right here that's shooting this sideways. But hey, man, I deeply appreciate you coming on, man. Let's see, what else? I don't know if I have something else I want to say to you.
Can I plug one more show?
You can plug whatever you want to plug here, man.
You're putting this up today?
This will go up at, well, it's a half an hour late, but yeah, I'll get it up about 8 o'clock. I'll upload it as soon as I'm done.
This Saturday, I don't even know the date off the top of my head.
So this Saturday is the 6th.
6th, you know better than I do. On Point Wrestling, who I mentioned before,
On
they're doing their
I'll
deathmatch
love to check
tournament.
that out. Where's it going to be at?
Williamstown, New Jersey.
Is that pretty? That's where that's like a flea. They've done Williamstown. I think C.Z.W used to run at Williamstown way back in the day. It's an outdoor flea market, ain't it?
Well, this is a small building, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's
okay.
there.
Must not be now. I know C.Z.W ran over in Jersey once outdoors. It was a nice venue. They had bleachers and all that shit in there, man. And it was like back in earlier days. But yeah, on point. On point.
It's their own deathmatch tournament. It's called Survival of the Sickest.
I know that's the name I was using there for a second. Somebody said, I think they're using that name. I was like, oh shit, I can't fuck with Matt. Like, I changed the name up real quick. All right, Mandatory Suicide 2. That was a good name. So it's mine, Reginald. It's on the DVD, the HCW Mandatory Suicide. Check that DVD out too, man. It's got Mark and Jay Briscoe. My boys, they beat the shit out of each other on that DVD. First time and only time you'll see them guys destroy each other the way they did on that one.
I've seen
you know
that
what I mean?
plenty of times.
Chair,